Storm, earth, and fire, heed my call.
Hi guys, and welcome to another hybrid Minecraft tutorial. Today we're going to be taking a look at this, which is my Micro Modular Melon Farm, or the Triple M Farm as I like to call it, the Micro Modular Melon Farm, Triple M Farm, lovely. So this works very well. As you can see, we've got a couple of stacks of melon already in there from me just testing the thing. And it's really quite small. I mean, its overall blueprint I think is 4x4 and it's 5 tall, I believe. Yeah, because you need to leave one gap to stack on top of it. But it's completely modular in all three directions: in front, behind, and on top. And the way it works is quite simple. When this melon and/or pumpkin stalk grows a melon, the observer will recognize that change, send a pulse through this line of redstone to power this piston, which will crush the melon. We put glass around the outside to allow some light flow and also to catch any melon that might want to go rogue and spew out into the ether. And then, because hoppers cannot collect from under a solid block, but minecarts with hoppers can, we use this configuration by putting rails on top of hoppers and minecarts with hoppers on top to enable us to collect directly from underneath these solid blocks. So when a melon grows, it's crushed, falls through, and will land in your chest. Nice and simple. To build this contraption, all you will need is this selection of resources here. One chest, 8 blocks. You will need a couple of extra blocks for temporary block placement, but 8 blocks is all you'll need for the final construction of each module. 2 hoppers, 2 pieces redstone dust, 1 observer, 1 piston, 2 minecarts with hoppers, 2 pieces of rail for those minecarts. And then we get to the farming module, which is the 2 pieces of dirt, 4 bits of glass, 3 bone meal, not essential, but it will take your melon or your pumpkin immediately to maturity, 1 water bucket, a hoe, and a melon seed. Or a pumpkin seed, like I say, this works with both. So, building this contraption, let's get on with it. Is that in line with the other chest? No, it's not. Okay, cool. Building this contraption. Place your chest. You want to go immediately behind your chest, and place a hopper in its back, and then a hopper feeding into the side of it, like so. On top of those 2 hoppers, we're going to shift click, a piece of rail onto both, and then a minecart with a hopper on top of both, like so. Then we're going to start with our blocks. We're going to put 2 blocks up each side, and then 3 blocks along the back, like so. Now some of these blocks are temporary, so we're going to take out the 2 blocks on the floor and the 1 block in the corner. So we end up with 4 blocks catching our minecarts. If we jump on up there, you can use the chest to get up here, it's quite nice. You can use 1 temporary block here. We get our 2 pieces of dirt and pop them on like so. Now we're going to jump onto that dirt, place another temporary block here, and a block on its side, and a block behind it. Then we're going to place another temporary block here, and a block behind that. In the little well you've created, that's where you're going to put your water bucket, right there. And we're going to step onto this block here, place a temporary block on top of that, and an observer straight into the back of it, so the output faces outwards. Come around to this side, and place a piston facing forwards, like so. Now I can take out this temporary block right here, and we are ready to plant. So we're going to grab our seed, our hoe, and our bone meal. Going to hoe this land right here, and when we pop a seed in it, you should see the piston will react as the seed grows, if you remember to wire it up. So we put a block behind the piston, and that's where your 2 pieces of redstone dust go. So now, when I bone meal this, there we go, the piston will fire, and now that melon is ready to start producing more melons. The last thing we need to do now is to put our barrier in place. So we put a block of glass on top, a temporary block next to it, 2 pieces of glass across the front, and then 1 piece of glass on our temporary block there. So we're going to take out the 2 temporary blocks to the side, the 1 on the glass, and then 1 under the piston. So that should be all the temporary blocks out. I'll do a slow walk round, so you should see it from this formation from behind. So these 3 blocks are the ones containing the water. This block is in the back of the piston. These 4 blocks contain the minecarts. And everything is Gucci. And that will now start producing you melons. I don't know if you heard a couple of times while we were building the second module, the first module fired, we've got a few more melon slices in it. Now, as you can probably tell, I can build that closer to each other. You do need to be a bit careful when you are building them modularly. If you go on top, make sure you do this to make sure that there is at least one gap of light in all directions so that the melon is happy and will keep growing. And if you're building to the side, you must leave at least a 1 block gap or cut the redstone line off to stop the modules firing each other. But apart from those 2 little considerations, it can mostly just be built as much as you want. And to test that theory, I built this. This is slightly creepy, but it's what I call the Happy Melon Man. And if we go down here to the Happy Melon Man's chest, we'll see that it is rather nicely full of melons. Now, this has only been running for as long as the first module, okay? So the first module has about 2 stacks, maybe 3. So yeah, this thing is monstrous. What this actually is it's a 6x6 cube. Sorry, a 6x6x6 cube of my melon farms. Every one of them is producing melons. That makes 216 modules of my melon farm, all working together to make me melon. Obviously, this is a bit excessive, but this is just to proof of concept, the fact that it is completely modular and completely stackable. It can go above, below, behind, wherever you want to put it, as many of them as you need. To support one person's supply needs on Minecraft, I'd say maybe 2 to 4 modules is plenty. But yeah, that's my melon farm, guys. Me and the Happy Melon Man, thank you for joining us. And we'll see you another day for another hybrid Minecraft build. Thank you very much, guys. Bye-bye!